So I apparently move was actually array on 15, not 16, but not quite to 16. So it was actually 15. I can change that later. But human game should be on 16 this time. So human game console number 15, no, number 16 for human game console. This episode will be about on the podcast. It was either going to be about Core versus Juice, which is about home base and engines and trains and freaking even partnerships and people who actually know what they're doing with their combustion synergy and all that crap. They're having to know what they're just working with the joys and survivalisms of everything else. But that could be another episode entirely. Okay, it's part of the same episode. Primarily, at least we could try to at least focus on this other topic, which was that for human console number 16, we're gonna actually. I think I'm gonna talk about, and it's not talking about for a minute, literally. What the reason why the universe made it so that I was illiterate, even without affirming that too much, why the universe made me illiterate. So reason number one, no one is supposed to know how brilliant I am. Not so much who I am, because identity and doxing is a little different for other falsies. Even falsies are that, apparently. No matter how controversial you think it's not allowed to be. But the universe made me illiterate because I can't be known for my existence as a brilliant person. Not only so that the bad ones can't take advantage of me, but also so that even the good ones don't have to take for granted that people like me exist when they have lost hope. Every single one of us, not just on any vibrational or energy level, inherently speaking, it's not just about the money. It's not just about whether you want to be in a relationship. You always have the power to change your circumstances. You have this even within your confidence level. You don't have to be someone who's like, well, maybe you could learn confidence from someone else, but they can't do the job for you. You have to be someone who already knows how to help themselves, whether that's fair or not, because there's always a way to do it, even if it takes longer to figure it out. You're having to know that because you know that you're supposed to help yourself. If someone could help you beforehand, it wouldn't be warranted anyways. And sometimes even people like that realize it anyways. That's the most sincere, positive, optimistic way to see no one's here coming to help you. But there's even more beautiful stuff than even that with that in mind. But that being said, even the good ones in my life couldn't just be in my life because they had to really know what they wanted and hope for it and be able to truly hope for it without worrying about people like me existing, even in a good light. Being like, oh, I don't have to self-improve, people like Tony exist. No, get out of here. Even if you're a good guy, get out of here. No, seriously though, I'm not that impatient, but even my so-called trademark infinite patience can be different. But it just but yeah, me talking this dark light with the backlit in the background of what these called blinds, yeah, thin cloth blinds, the little line of light back there, yeah, nice little lighting. I have my glasses and headset on. So second reason why the universe made me illiterate without affirming that too much and making it a reality on accident, which I am a good Nobel Peace Prize winning writer in my own perspective, but that's different. I am a really good writer, really, really good writer. But if I keep saying that I'm illiterate, maybe that'll be different. Oops, we'll see. Hopefully, I don't keep saying that too much. I'm illiterate now. every day. The second reason is because if I was really going to know that the advice for self-improvement and the advice for actual better living and life discussions, if I was going to actually know how to give that properly to people, whether I was a so-called sage, a veteran, older person or not, to actually know how to give that advice to other people and actually have good intentions and actually know that it'll help people on both a somewhat rational and even dreamy level. Even so, being my own role model, if not being forced to be my own role model, was the best way to go about it. Because that means the universe knows that I wasn't just already inherently, truly self-confident by the start in the first place, on the get-go. Knowing that I was to begin with, I had to say all the faces at the same time, already someone who was self-confident and self-esteemed very high. So even if I was lying about that, maybe that'd be different. But knowing that I already had that much self-belief in myself, self-worth, whatever the other words you're going to use. The phrases I keep using at the same time, again. I have to already fall through with that. Not just because my ego and divine self have to combine in the long run anyways, but because the humanistic way of being confident in myself was its own example. So I could be my own role model without having to worry about giving other people advice, and then go with that. even if I still decide I would give advice anyways in the long run, hopefully in the future, if I had a choice to, by making it possible for me to communicate that through my own English speech, I had to be my own role model. So I had to be someone who could just not be worrying about the illiteracy of failing to communicate with 8 billion people on the planet and just focus on being myself. That being said, truly the people who do resonate and energize with me know what I'm saying, or at least feel what I'm saying, and feel my presence and feel my energy. They don't have to worry about what I'm saying, or even if they know exactly what I'm saying, or they don't know more about what I'm saying than what I do. I've said that before other friends I had in the past, as well as right now, and maybe in the future. They know what I'm saying. They feel what I'm saying. They feel my presence with or without knowing what I'm saying. Those good ones, if like maybe not so much good ones, we'll see about that, but not denying that. They know what I'm about, and if they get to deserve to see that, there's a reason why. They themselves will be people who already, without giving straight up examples of what I think this would be right now, of people who are like that already on YouTube or whatever. They already seem like that because in their lives they've already collected their own hope and faith in themselves, their own true confidence. Shout out to Tom Holland from Spider-Man, the third generation, that's a weird, relevant, irrelevant example. Relevant, irrelevant, not. But yeah, if the idea of being confident is a Generation Z thing, then I give up. No, being self-confident isn't gay or a lesbian, whatever. I didn't say that, whatever. But it's like it doesn't have to be like a weird thing where we get in every controversial community and movement just to address something that's a common sense thing. But let alone Marvel Animation Studios or Marvel Cinemax Universe. But yeah, confidence is not a weird thing. It's legitimate. Like even if it looks unusual and awkward, it's still a very good thing to be confident in yourself. So it's not supposed to be weird to be confident in yourself. But the people who are like that in my wake, including myself, they can feel me because they feel themselves. No homo. But like it's like they know that. I'm gonna try to end at 8 minutes again. Like the Boo podcast. They know for themselves that if they want to know what I'm saying, they have to know what they're saying to themselves. And I sure the hell know what I'm saying to myself, so I have to make sure I catch that shall work with the fun as well. And we're going to have fun while still working on myself and the journey with that applied. So this was Human Game Console number 16. Why the universe made it hard for me to communicate with other people. If not even the darker end of that, which is be myself. But I don't think it was ever impossible talking to myself, let alone hard to, or other way around, hard to, not let alone impossible. It's just the so-called bad ones, maybe they were bad enough for saying this. The bad ones who said I can't communicate with myself even, let alone them, forget them. Because I'm not about them. I'm about the people like me and the people who are on that good wavelength, so-called, that know that with or without proper communication, the energy communicates for its own wake, even if you can't speak English properly or any other language.